So today we're going to be doing a different kind of video than we usually do. I know that we usually do a lot of vlogs and short clips of Haven, but today I'm going to be talking about my infertility struggles with PCOS and then also my high-risk pregnancy and the diagnosis of IUGR that I got whenever I was pregnant. Kind of a little bit of a backstory on me and my husband. I know we've kind of put a little bit of clips here and there, but really haven't talked about, our just about us and about our past or anything like that. But we have been together now for about 12 years, married for 6, and we met when we were juniors. No, we were in junior high, but we started dating when we were juniors in high school. So we met, I think in around 2006, and we started dating when we were like 16. So we've been together for a really long time. Pretty much right after high school, when we were about 18 or 19, we moved out and got an apartment. And around that time, maybe a year after that, when we were into the apartment, we decided that we actually wanted to try for a baby. I always knew that I wanted to have a baby young, so that wasn't really a surprise. At that time, we were going to school. I was going to college. He was working. We were just kind of focused on, saving, finances, just kind of focusing on us. And we left it at whatever happens, happens. So we just kind of stopped using protection at that time. And I think it was about maybe 9 months after stop using protection that I've noticed that I wasn't pregnant. We weren't always trying, but there was a couple months that I was actually doing ovulation tests and everything, and they still wasn't coming up pregnant. So I thought, okay, 9 months, something should have happened by now. So I called my OBGYN and set up an appointment with them. Kind of told them what was going on, let them know, we weren't fully trying, but we definitely weren't preventing it, so we're just surprised, that I wasn't pregnant. So the OBGYN, they say they typically couples wait a year before going into the doctor, but they already had the suspicion that I had PCOS, kind of just based off of other symptoms that I was having, just irregular periods, weight gain, and of course the infertility part of it. So they asked to do blood work, so we went ahead and did blood work. He went ahead at that same time, also got a semen analysis to check and see if there was anything wrong on his end. He came back completely fine. So the doctor diagnosed me with PCOS, and from there he gave us the option of putting me on a birth control to start regulating my periods, or we can also go down the route of starting medications for getting pregnant. So getting put on Prevera and Clomid or Femera, things like that. At that time, I was like, yep, let's do it. I think the diagnosis just scared me, so I was like, I want to get pregnant right away. I didn't want to wait, because to me, I think at that time, I was like, the longer I wait, the more of a chances I'm not going to be able to get pregnant. So we did go ahead with the round of starting the Prevera, which started my period, and then I did do 50 milligrams of Clomid that round. And with that, we did have a follicle, and it was a good size, mature follicle. I did wind up ovulating on my own at that time, but unfortunately, I didn't get pregnant at that month. Fortunately, meaning it kind of hit me that I realized how young I was and that we weren't financially ready at that time to have a baby anyway. So I basically told my doctor, I'm going to put this on pause to have, try to have kids. We'll kind of leave it like the same way that we've done it, not use protection, just kind of, if it happens, it happens, but we need to continue to, save up for our wedding, and then also focus on getting into a house, because that was kind of our goal is we wanted to buy a house within a couple of years. So like I said, we kind of put things on hold, and we did wind up buying our house probably about 3 years later, something like that. We were in our house for about 3 years, continuing to work. I stopped going to college. I got my degree and was just working, and I felt like it was time for us to get back to that, because it was 5 years that we were, that we saw the doctor, that we did the round of Clomid and stuff. And at that time, I would think I was 27 when I went back to the doctor. And thankfully, they already had all of my testing. They already had the diagnosis of the PCOS, so they know that we needed to basically restart what we did back when I was 20. So we still actually did wind up doing the same thing. We did the dose of the Provera. I still did another 50 milligrams of Clomid. I did have mature follicles on that round, but didn't get pregnant. The second round, we wind up doing a Femera, but I actually didn't really respond well to Femera like I do Clomid. So I don't actually think I even got any mature follicles at all. So that round was kind of a bust. So I kind of had to wait till the next month. I had to pause. I had to go check on them real quick. But so we did the second month of Femera, and unfortunately nothing came of that month. But during those few months that I was on fertility medications, or at least going through the process of everything, I became very overwhelmed and really depressed, just because, we were doing everything that we can, and all the medications, all the appointments and ultrasounds, and I just wasn't getting pregnant. And it just became a lot. So the end of the second month, me and my husband were basically, talking on the side of the road, and because I was so upset, was like, I can't keep doing this. It's never going to happen for me. We're never going to be able to have a baby. And I told him, I was like, I was so upset that I was like, you should go find somebody else. Like, I can't give you a baby, because it was all on me, is what it felt like. So, of course, he told me I was silly. We're going to do this. We're going to have a baby. We just have to be patient. And, of course he understood that I was getting overwhelmed. So we agreed that we would only do one more round of fertility meds. So we would do one more round, but we would take a break. So that actually made me feel a lot better. It basically took a lot of the pressure off of me, because I knew that no matter what, I was going to take a break from this, just from everything when it comes to fertility. Lo and behold, that was the month that we got pregnant. And I truly think it's because I was less stressed. I just kind of left it up to God at that point. Just said, just take it, because I can't handle it anymore. So we did get our positive pregnancy test that month. It was December of 2019. And we did our confirmation ultrasound probably like a couple weeks afterwards, once we got the positive pregnancy test, and we saw a heartbeat. So that's kind of leading up to me getting pregnant. And then from the start of my pregnancy is kind of another mountain I had to climb. The first 12 weeks was me just being completely stressed out. I was constantly worried that I was going to lose her. It's like I would basically just lay in bed all the time. Like, I was constantly feeling like I was on eggshells. Like, I just felt like I was going to have a miscarriage. Like, it was almost like I was fully preparing myself. And, which I've never had a miscarriage before, and I completely feel for the people that have, or I feel for them. I can never actually understand that kind of pain, but I, it was like it was like I wasn't meant to be a mom. So I just feel like it wasn't gonna happen. Like, I was gonna wind up going to an appointment and they weren't gonna hear a heartbeat. That's just how I felt. So like I said, the first 12 weeks was really difficult. My husband was, definitely as supportive as he can. Each appointment, once I heard the heartbeat, I definitely felt better getting to at least to the second trimester. Because I know that the risk is a lot less of a miscarriage once you get to the second trimester. So I did feel better, a little bit better anyway, at the 12-week mark. The next appointment after the 12 weeks was a 15-week, which was, it was just they just listened to the heartbeat at that appointment. So everything sounded fine. I had to put this on a quick hold to feed my daughter because she's in there with my husband eating dinner. So got them all set up. So I was talking about the anatomy scan. My doctor did call in my anatomy scan, which I thought was a little early. He wanted to do it at 18 weeks. I've always heard that it was at 20 weeks, but I didn't want to turn down an ultrasound to see her. So I was like, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll definitely be there. So we did the anatomy scan, and the appointment went fine. Did a lot of scans and got to see her, moving a ton. Of course, the ultrasound tech didn't tell me anything. So she just said, the doctor will call you in a couple of days. So the doctor did call me. I think it took almost a week for him to call me. So I was getting a little worried. And the doctor did inform us that he did see a cyst on the baby's brain. He was telling me that it can be a marker for trisomy 18. So he wanted to get another anatomy scan done with a specialist to see if they also see that. If so, we may have to do more testing. So of course, hearing that news, it completely crushed me and my husband. Nice. So it's a lot later from the clip that we filmed earlier. I realize how long the video is, so I'm going to have to just put it in 2 parts, but I'm going to post it in the same day. So we have her ready for bed in her pajamas, going to read her a book, and have her last bottle for the day. I just want to let you know this is going to be in 2 parts. I got to figure out the best way to cut it. But yeah, probably one video will be mostly about the PCOS and the pregnancy, and the other will be, or the beginning pregnancy, and then the last is going to be about the IUGR. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.